You got a lighting problem, I can tell. It'll do pretty good. It can use more. It's hard back in the corner, especially when you're going under the brakes. Yeah. Yeah. It's not going to be the same. It'll work pretty good. It's up pretty Oh, no, it'd be great. No, the reason I say that is because I do a lot, I play a lot with video. I know what the, so I'm every time I use it, I want a little something else. I should have done that. I should have held it like that. I should have done it. Well, so you learned the first thing is the tripod. So you can't do you have the full size or the Actually, I've got I have had 4 different cameras. I've got one of the tube type left. And I have a Panasonic Super VHS-C, which is about 2.5 pounds, one chip. I have this Panasonic 460, which is a 2 chip. Full size. They're a lot of fun. I enjoy using them. And then, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. But one thing leads to the next, you know. I've been doing this for about, 12 years now. Just more seriously. More seriously? Yeah, well, since I retired about 4 years ago, I've been debating whether I'm professionally or not, but I've got... I don't think there's some market. Well, there is. I guess the greatest thing for me is led me into so many different avenues and different things that I wouldn't have been. I had been doing little theater. I've been doing Christmas on the River parades. Like 2 years ago, I got my name from the Chamber of Commerce from Nacogdoches, Texas. They were having national dog trials out here at the cattle ranch. And the owner of his dogs was in London. And we wanted a video record about his dogs. I've never been to dog trials, so I learned all about dog trials and made them. And they liked it so much that this man wanted to make a series of training tapes. And so I went out to Texas. He didn't believe, somebody else would say, you better have a full script ready, or at least an outline of what you want to say. And he thought he could jump up and, like he'd done public speaking and talk to groups, you know, about it. We filmed, we shot 2 days, and every night he'd look at it, and he was just upset with me. You know, I didn't say what I meant to say, and I left this out, and so finally we said, okay, no need me staying out here in Texas. taxis. And I'll go home and he'll pick that up. But I've done Civil War actors. It just gets into all different types of things. I've got an industrial level editing suite. Oh yeah. Well, right now I'm doing. This is the 4th year I'll be doing high school football games. So this year I'm calling this Demopolis team Iowa Tiger, and I'm taking that and doing like a coach's thing. Just do replay the game tape with coach's comments on top. So I'm doing this on Iowa Tiger, and we're putting that on cable by the next. So
I just use it for taking.
Oh yeah, but I mean, the thing is, but if you're, one since I retired, if it was interesting and fascinating, and one thing led to another, and I'm not going now. I'm going to have to start making money out of it, and I'll keep on going. It is very expensive.
Nice to meet you all. Very special person I worked with for many years. She took good care of our house. My sister, and my brother. I get you here's the one that I chose.
Any opinions you can express from the husband here, I'm a camera crew. Coaches hollering at it's on the ground.
I would never
This comes out through the audience. I'll just have fun and just leave that in. We'll put a disclaimer.
We'll put a disclaimer.
Eddie are always helpful and said always the best you can work with you and then having a good stand aside let these first of y'all the best
She was playing and using my mic now. So they won't make some well, they didn't force the playback. I'll get through saying. And then everybody goes, so immediately what he did, the minute she's through the number, he cuts the line. So you don't hear any applause. Sound effect. So I blended in applause. And I come to every year. She is so full of for 34 years. I didn't have any microphones. I didn't have any microphones.
Even if they have a good voice.
Well, I need to remember, so this two channels, one base. I'll just put one channel. Feed from the mixing board into the other.
They center for
There she is.
We've got another gift.
Nursing assistant. Yeah, she went to UAB. And she worked for several hospitals. She was yeah, who's going to be John
Standard driver, 565, standard driver, extension 565, please. Dennis Brown, line 655, Dennis Brown, line 655.
David is documenting all of it.
By orders.
By the way, Charles, I didn't know you were, yeah, okay. Yeah, I noticed that in the picture. And, let's see now, you are, yeah, Teresa's one. That covers that closed down.
Hey Eddie, how you doing?
I don't know, Lyle. I'll let you know in a week or
If everybody could come on in, y'all can sign in, or later if you want to, if you can come on in. That's why we were waiting this point to where we get a lot of the staff in, and Ms. Ratliff just let us know if we need to pause or whatever we need to do here. I don't have to tell you all what today is all about. Ms. Ratliff has been with us for 34 years. And that
That's right, my 656. That's right, my 656.
Quite a long time. She came to Bryan Whitfield in January of 1960. And I would like to, I went back and looked through some documents to see what Bryan Whitfield was like in 1960. In the 1960s, we were having our second expansion, which had just taken place in 1958. And we'd added at that time in 58 5 new beds to the 34 beds. So that moves us to approximately 39 beds at that time. And in 1963, it was actually when we actually moved to 39 beds. Ms. Ratliff, of course, had gone to school at Druid City Hospital. I think she was briefly worked at Abernathy Hospital and one other institution, and has been at Bryan Whitfield ever since, except for the period of time that she was in Germany while they were in the service. So that is a commendable and long period of time. When I was thinking about Ms. Ratliff, and I ran out of paper, so I just had to stop some of these things, but I think it's a good time to stop and reflect on some of the leadership management qualities that Ms. Ratliff has exemplified for all of us all of these years. And these are some of the very strong qualities that I have seen evidence over and over, and those which we all need to emulate and apply every day. But one of the most important things that I constantly saw with Ms. Ratliff was the willingness to grow and the willingness to change as the healthcare industry changes. We had Joint Commission changes that have spread very fast, the standards changed. Ms. Ratliff has been through the cost-based years. She has been through the DRG period, the prospective payment system. She's seen all of these changes take place. DRGs came, the prospective payment system, in 1983, which caused another major paradigm shift, which impacted the hospital. And she has gone through all of those. She's also had a touch of the gradual beginning of the managed care era. So Ms. Ratliff has always had a willingness to grow and to expand her knowledge base and her skill and change with these externalities. The second thing that has always been very striking to me is Ms. Ratliff's willingness not only to grow but to adapt to the change and the flexibility, and that she always kept what is most important in anyone in a leadership position, and that she always kept a guiding, clear vision of purpose and resolve. And I think that's one of the most important things that we see today, that to get anywhere you want to go, to accomplish any goal and objective, or to make a vision a shared reality, it's necessary to have a very clear vision and purpose of what you're all about and what your core center principles are. A third quality that is most striking is the fact that Ms. Ratliff has what Warren Bennis refers to as a very potent POV, a potent point of view. That's a very important thing from the standpoint that she has always been driven by the center principles. You find that in strong leaders and managers, that it doesn't matter what has transpired, what is going on, or whatever. They make their decisions based on core-centered principles that have been grounded in experience and grounded in terms of what is best to do under the given circumstances, regardless of the inconvenience of the problems that it may cause in the short run. She's always had a constancy of purpose. She could always spring back real fast and forge right on. I think you all know that the healthcare industry is one that is constantly challenged. We work with a diversity of people. We work with the physicians, we work with the community in general, and we are working with people at a time that they are sick and infirm and many times under very difficult circumstances. And certainly that constancy of purpose is what keeps people challenged and involved. A fifth quality that I have always seen in Ms. Ratliff is the willingness to overcome challenge and to get the job done despite the naysayers, despite the people and the challenges that always take place. There have always been a myriad of problems, and most of them occur at 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning. They just don't happen at normative hours. But Ms. Ratliff has always been ready for 34 years to get up and take care of a problem, wherever it occurs and whatever. And the many times I've called Ms. Ratliff on a Sunday evening and say, okay, we've got this situation, and Ms. Ratliff, in fact, in most cases, what I found out was she already knew about it. It was already in the process of taking care of it. So that just gives you some insight into Ms. Ratliff and how much she stayed on top of everything. The other thing that Ms. Ratliff always exhibited has been maturity. And maturity is, of course, the balance of courage and consideration. It's important to be bold and courageous because you have to stand firm on what the principles that are guiding the situation, regardless of what everybody else is doing. And most of the time, people in the short run misunderstand what you're trying to accomplish anyway. Many times they don't know all of the facts and circumstances, and you're not always at liberty to tell everyone all of the facts and circumstances that are driving the situation. But Mrs. Ratliff always exhibited that maturity, which is a balance of courage and consideration. And as I told you, I mean, I just kept on going down the list, but one of the other main fortes that I've seen is that she knows the industry and could adapt to those externalities and bring the Division of Patient Care Services around to responding to those. Another quality has always been her candor and her honesty, that her words always correlated with her actions. And she has always stood fast and steadfast in terms of what our discussions were and when we were implementing everything. And as the implementation occurs, there's always challenge, there's always the difficulties that has to be dealt with, and she always met that challenge. She also has a bias for proactivity, that is to make the right thing happen for the right reason. And that is a quality. We all have to be proactive and take charge and be accountable and responsible for our results. But more importantly than that, Ms. Ratliff always had a strong willingness to serve, a strong willingness to serve. And that is something, and those are qualities that are very hard to find. A willingness to put oneself, one's purpose, and one's mission many times before oneself. And she certainly has done that. And so it's my honor to recognize Ms. Ratliff, not only as our Division Director of Patient Care Services for so many years, but professionally, but also as a dear close friend. Thank you, Ms. Ratliff. We've got our appreciation information, but I want you to know how much I personally.
Could have been better, Mom.
Marie Singleton on 655, Marie Singleton on 655.
He's the man. You folks are lucky. Bryan Whitfield.
Thank you very much. People like Ms. Ratliff makes that easy for people like me.
And believe it or not, I really did love every one of those 34 years. And I feel like each one of y'all are a member of my family. And I wish that I had enough bigger and stubbornness to go for 34 more years, but I know that since I don't, that the Lord has something else He wants me to do. So I appreciate everything y'all have done.
Well, don't sit down, we got.
And we've got President, ladies auxiliary.
I've known Luverne Ratliff for quite a few years, especially when I was
Recalculating on 655, recalculating
that goes
655.
back a long way. But on behalf of the Bryan Whitfield Hospital Auxiliary, we'd like for you to know that we have established a scholarship that will be the Luverne Ratliff Scholarship.
Nights that I didn't get sleep, Mr. Neighbors was talking about, was back in those 60s and 65 when I was worried to death because we had such a shortage of nurses. And I thank the Lord that we've got so many more now and the care is just excellent. And that I have left it in the capable hands of Kay Stevens, who I love very much. Thank you so much. I certainly want all the pictures back so I can burn before we got married. Chocolate
Still rolling? I just started back. I'm gonna finish it out.
Well, it just depends on what you got in the kitchen, or what you're gonna put in them.
Baby, did you get some good pictures of that?
I sure did. I got it. The whole thing.
I mean, the only thing you got, that's the only angle you can get at.
They're on it.
Right in the right place.
Aren't they good?